Alrighty, folks, we're now hitting at 74%. Our last 24 chairman plays on my premium page. And the good news is I've got another chairman play going off here for Friday. That play is going to be posted and ready for access early Friday morning. Of course, if you sign up for that membership, you're going to get access to that package every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. So if you want to see which one of the games on the slate here today, if you want to see which one of these free picks that I actually like the best, you may want to think about signing up for that chairman membership. Of course, if you want to get access to all of my premium plays, you may want to think about signing up for my full access all-inclusive Gold Club membership. Gold Club members get I'm so excited, can barely spit it out. Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to my free pick video here today for Friday, May 16th, 2025. Happy Friday to you. Congratulations, you made it. The weekend is finally here. And if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. Of course, if you don't need access to all of my premium plays, but maybe you could use like one a day, my daily best play is going to run you just 6 cents a day for 30 days worth of access. Like I said, I realized we handicapped every game on the slate here in Major League Baseball. But if you want to see which one of the free plays that I actually like the best, you're going to want to think about signing up for a membership on my premium page. Of course, I also have plenty of free content on that site as well. I currently have over 2,420 members who are signed up and active on my premium page right now. And with that, folks, we are going to jump into some free content here. A little in-city rivalry here. White Sox Cubs, 2:20 Eastern first pitch. Chicago's minus 225 in the friendly... Chicago. The Cubs are minus 225 in the friendly confines. Totals 12.5. Cade Horton for the Cubs. Shane Smith for the White Sox. And out of the White Sox last 10 ball games, they covered the run line in 60% of those contests. And no real surprise, the Chi Sox do have a winning record against the run line away from right field. They're facing a Cubbies team who failed to cover in 7 out of their last 10. They've got a losing record against the run line at Wrigley Field. And a lot of that is on these Cubbies pitchers. They're in the bottom 10 in runs allowed on their own diamond. And starting pitcher Cade Horton, he's definitely looked shaky in a handful of his innings this year. He's got an ERA of 6.75. It's a short body of work, but they have not been quality innings. Now, 6 out of the Cubs' last 10 outings did get over the total. I like the White Sox plus 1.5 over 12.5 runs. Next ball game, Guardians Reds, 6:40 p.m. East. Cleveland's $1.20, totals 9. Tanner Bybee for the Guardians, Brady Singer for Cincinnati. And the Reds have certainly had their issues at the plate. They're fanning nearly 10 times a game at the dish. And when they're at home, the Reds, they've definitely struggled at the Great American Ballpark. Since he's a bottom 10 hit-producing team on their own diamond. And they're going to face starting pitcher Tanner Bybee for the Guardians. ERA in the 3s, 1.22 whip. Cleveland also has a winning record in interleague play. Winners of 6 out of their last 10 ball games. Now, total-wise, the Reds' last 3 straight at home did stay under the number. 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Guardians minus $1.20, under 9. Next game, Pirates, Phillies, 6:45 East. Philadelphia's 225, totals 8.5. Ranger Suarez for Philadelphia. Andrew Heaney for Pittsburgh. And even though Heaney's just 2-3 on the year, it ain't for a lack of his pitching. Lefty's got a 3.15 ERA, 1.12 whip. When it comes to the run line, the Pirates have covered in 6 out of their last 10 ball games. O'Neill Cruz has 8 home runs, on-base percentage of .369. And Joey Bart's got double-digit RBI himself, on-base percentage nearly in the 400s. The Pirates are facing a Philly team who failed to cash in on the run line in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. They really haven't pitched great at the bank this year. The Phils are in the bottom 10 in runs allowed at home. And Ranger Suarez comes into Friday's start with an ERA of .591. Phil's games did go 12-10 to the over at the bank this year. I like the Pirates plus 1.5, over 8.5 runs. All right, Subway Series, Mets, Yankees, 7:05 Eastern first pitch in the Bronx. The Yankees are minus $1.40 as the home team, totals 9. Carlos Rodon for the Yankees, Tyler McGill for the Mets. Now McGill's just 3-3 despite some pretty decent stuff. The Mets also have a losing record in their interleague road games. They're facing a Yankee club who got the W in 6 out of their last 8 themselves. They currently lead the league in runs per game at home. Aaron Judge is hitting .412 with a league best 41 runs batted in. Judge currently leads the league in batting average, homers, ribbies, and OPS. And Trent Grisham, he's also got a dozen homers himself, OPS nearly in the thousands. 6 out of the Yankees' last 10 in the Bronx did get over the total. They're also 11-4 to the over in their interleague contests. Lots of overs when they face the National League. I like the Yankees minus 140, over 9. All right, Beltway Series, Nationals O's, 7:05 East. Washington's $1.20, totals 9. Mackenzie Gore for Washington, Cade Povich for the O's. And despite the Orioles' struggles, they're facing a Washington club who has certainly struggled themselves. Losers of 8 out of their last 10. Just a .347 win percentage in their travels. Mackenzie Gore is just 2-4 in the year. Washington, bottom 5 in runs allowed per game. And they're going to have to slow down guys like Ryan O'Hearn, who's got an on-base percentage in the high 300s, 7 homers on the year. And Cedric Mullins, he currently leads the lineup in home runs and RBI. 3 out of Baltimore's last 4 at Camden Yards got over the total. 14-6 of the over in all of their home games. I like the Orioles plus $1, over 9. Next matchup, Tigers, Blue Jays, 7:07 East. Detroit's minus 135, totals 8.5. Jack Flaherty for the Tigers, Bowden Francis for Toronto. Francis just 2-5 with an ERA of .540. The Jays also have a losing record against American League opponents. They haven't pitched their best at home. They're in the bottom 10 in runs allowed in their own building. And they're going to face a dangerous Tiger lineup of hitters, top 3 in runs per game on the road. Spencer Torkelson, he's got 11 homers, 34 RBI. Riley Green with double-digit home runs himself, on-base percentage of .326. Detroit's last 4 straight on the road did get over the total, 9-1 to the over in their last 10 at any location. And oddly enough, the Blue Jays saw 9 out of their last 10 get over the total themselves. I like the Tigers minus 135, over 8.5. Next game, Braves, Red Sox, 7:10 Eastern start. Boston's minus $1.25, totals 8. Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox, Chris Sale for Atlanta. Sale's just 1-3 on the year, whip of 1.41. And out of 22 contests away from Atlanta, the Braves have posted a road record of just 7-15. And they're facing a Boston club who's got a winning record at Fenway thus far. They're in the top 3 in run production at home. Alex Bregman's got 11 homers, OPS of .981. He currently leads the roster in batting average, RBI, and OPS. And Wilyer Abreu's got an OPS of .924, 11 homers, 27 RBI. 6 out of the Red Sox last 10 did get over the total. I like the Red Sox minus $1.25, over 8. Next game, Rays Marlins, 7:10 Eastern start. Now this game's currently off the board. Max Mayer for the Marlins, Taj Bradley for Tampa Bay. Bradley's 3-2 on the year, 1.26 whip. These Tampa pitchers have been tough to hit against on the road. They're allowing fewer hits per contest than any other staff away from home. They're facing a Marlins team who strikes out way too many times at the plate. They're in the bottom 5 in strikeouts per 9 at home. Of course, as a team, the Marlins lost 7 out of their last 10, currently 10 games below 500 for the season. And on the mound, Max Mayer is just 2-4 with an ERA of 4.37. I like Tampa Bay money line. Next game, Cardinals Royals, 7:40 p.m. East. KC's $1.55 at Kauffman Stadium. Totals 8.5. Cole Reagans for the Royals. Andre Polani for St. Louis. Now Polani's got an ERA of 4.36, just a 1.38 whip. These Cards pitchers are striking out fewer batters per 9 than any other staff besides one. They're facing a KC lineup who rarely strikes out at the dish, and as a matter of fact, they strike out fewer times a game than any other lineup besides one. Bobby Witt Jr. hits .312 with an OPS in the 900s. Michael Garcia's got a handful of homers, on-base percentage of .362. Comes to the total, the Royals saw 7 out of their last 10 meetings with St. Louis get over the total. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. Of course, Cardinals interleague games this season went 75% of the over themselves. I like the Royals minus 155, over 8.5. Next game, Astros Rangers, 8:05 East. Texas is $1.85, totals 8.5. Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers, Lance McCullers for Houston. And even though McCullers had a dreadful season debut, the Stros have won a bunch of games over the past week or so. Of course, these Astros pitchers have also thrown their best on the road this year. They're in the top 5 in fewest hits allowed in their travels. And they're facing a Ranger club who can't hit for shit. Texas is currently a bottom 3 run-producing team. Out of 24 contests in their own building, they've seen the undercash in nearly 20 of those games. Man, I'm really not delivering on these punchlines here. Give me Houston plus 1.5, under 8.5 runs. When you got to deliver the goods, you got to really hit that informative punchline there, and I'm botching like every one of them. All right, next game, Twins Brewers, 8:10 Eastern start. Milwaukee's $1.20, total 7.5. Chad Patrick for Milwaukee, Joe Ryan for Minnesota. And even though Ryan's been outstanding, and the Twins haven't lost a game in a real long time, I'm going to use the old gambler's fallacy. They're due for a loss. No, that's not my reasoning. Minnesota's had their struggles at the plate when they travel this year. They are a bottom 10 run-scoring team on the road. You know, that gambler's fallacy. You'll see 6 bankers in the row, and like an idiot, you'll bet on the player, and there'll be like 4 more bankers, and your bankroll is completely tapped out. Yeah, nothing is ever due. That's what you tell a struggling hitter when he's in a slump. Yeah, you're due, kid. But anyway, they're going to face Chad Patrick for the Brewers. He's got an ERA of 3.19, pretty decent whip as well. And as a team, the Brewers are currently 12-7 at home, top 10 in fewest hits allowed in their own building. 3 out of the Brewers' last 4 home games did fall under the total, 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Brewers plus $1, under 7.5. Rockies, Diamondbacks, 9:40 Eastern start. This game's also off the board. Corbin Burns for Arizona. Tanner Gordon possible for Colorado. Gordon's got an ERA of 5.68, 1.58 whip. And out of, 22 contests away from Denver this year, the Rockies took the loss in all of those road games except for 2. They are nearly over on the road. That is just remarkably bad. And they're going to face righty Corbin Burns, just 1 loss on the season, ERA in the 2s. Of course, at the plate, we're looking at a top 5 run-scoring team in Arizona. Corbin Carroll slammed 14 homers, 8th in the league in OPS, really bounced back after a bit of a down year last season. The 2023 season, he was outstanding. Pavin Smith, he's also batting .306. He's 9th in the league in OPS himself. You got number 8 and number 9 in OPS in the same lineup. Got to imagine the D-backs will be laying a pretty big number here. So we're going to go ahead and take Arizona -1.5, getting the job done for some run line cash. All right, next game, Mariners-Padres, 9:40 Eastern start. This game's off the board. Stephen Kolek for San Diego. Jonathan Diaz possible for Seattle. The Mariners have dropped 5 out of their last 6, averaged just 2.6 runs a game during that span. And on the mound, these Seattle pitchers have struggled away from home. They're allowing more hits a game on the road than any other lineup besides one. And they're facing a Padres team who's done a pretty exceptional job making contact. They strike out fewer times a game than any other lineup. No real surprise, the Pods are in the top 10 in hits per game. Manny Machado's hitting .340. Fernando Tatis has 11 homers, 26 RBI. And even if San Diego struggles at the plate, starting pitcher Stephen Kolek's yet to allow an earned run through 14-plus innings. Currently has a .91 whip. I like San Diego getting the job done for some money line cash. Battle for Los Angeles. Angels-Dodgers, 10:10 Eastern start. The Dodgers are the massive $3 favorite. Total's 9. Dustin May for the Dodgers. Jack Kakanowitz for the Angels. And Coach, he's just 2-5 with an ERA of 5.23. Of course, these Angel pitchers give up more runs a game on the road than any other staff besides one. And unfortunately for them, they got to face the highest run-producing lineup at home in the league in the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman's batting .362. Shohei has 13 homers, OPS of 1056. When it comes to the total, Angel games went 7-3 to the over in their last 10. I like the Dodgers -1.5, over 9. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. A's-Giants, 10:15 Eastern start. San Francisco's $1.75, total 7.5. Logan Webb for the Giants, J.P. Sears for the A's. Sears is 4-2 with an ERA of 2.80. And this A's pitching staff throws their best on the road. They're in the top 10 in fewest runs allowed in their travels. They're taking on a Giants lineup who's in the bottom 10 in hits per game. Of course, as a team, the Giants have covered the run line in just 50% of their home games. I like the Athletics +1.5, under 7.5 runs. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like the White Sox +1.5, over 12.5 runs. Guardians -120, under 9. We're currently hitting at 74%. Our last 24 chairman plays on my premium page. Let me just double check and see if that's right. Yeah, 74% our last 24 chairman plays on my premium page. Give me the Pirates +1.5, over 8.5 runs. Yankees -140, over 9. Orioles +$1, over 9 runs. Tigers -$1.35, over 8.5. Red Sox -$1.25, over 8. Tampa Bay money line. Royals -155, over 8.5. Astros +1.5, under 8.5. Brewers +$1, under 7.5. Diamondbacks -1.5, getting the job done for some money line cash. San Diego Padres money line, getting the job done for some money line cash. Dodgers -1.5, over 9. Give me the Athletics +1.5, under 7.5 runs. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium page, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks that Gold Club membership, it's a full access, all-inclusive package. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.